everyone, and welcome to Ask DC and Amanda with Bank of North Dakota. We put out videos every single week to provide tips and other advice on planning and paying for college. To keep up to date with everything that we have going on at Bank of North Dakota, make sure to like us on all social media. That means Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So I'm Amanda from Ask DC and Amanda, and I am at the University of Mary today with a very familiar guest, Carrie Huber, who is the Financial Aid Director here at UMary. We're going to be talking about financial aid again. So Carrie, thank you so much for joining us today, and UMary for having us once again.
Oh, thanks for inviting me, Amanda.
Yeah, very welcome. So it's the summer, and it's kind of the middle of the summer. So school is a little ways off, but not too far off. So ideally, where should a student be in the process of figuring out what the financial picture is for the upcoming academic year?
So picture perfect world. A student has already filed their FAFSA application if they've decided to, they've accepted their offer of admission, they've deposited, we've done all of their steps. They're now thinking it's past July 4, so I've accepted my aid, I've decided federal loans, I've done my promissory note. So basically we've dotted our I and we've crossed our T's, we're ready to put things to bed. But let's be realistic. How many students are really that prepared for school? So
I would say those students are in the minority rather than the majority.
were you that student?
No, I was totally ready to go, actually. Maybe not by like July 4th, but by August I was so ready.
So if there's a student that is not ready to go, so let's talk to that student. Don't panic. There's still time to file a FAFSA application, to get a financial aid offer, and to go ahead and make those plans. Just be mindful that some schools have deadlines for their campus-based programs. So that would be your work study and your SUG programs, just because their amount of funding is limited based on the campus. So still have that connection and make sure there is opportunity to accept institutional scholarships, things of that nature.
So that's really good news that, maybe there's students out there who haven't decided, haven't filed their FAFSA, that they still have time.
Right, and so if we pick on UMary here, we have rolling admissions, so we're going to ask the student to keep filing that FAFSA application completely even up into the term. And then again, even the same thing as far as getting their scholarship, accepting that aid.
Okay. So you mentioned the offer of financial aid. So that's a really important piece to letting students know what they're getting as far as grants and loans and all of that kind of stuff. What should a student do if they haven't received that offer of financial aid from their college?
Step 1, don't panic.
Don't panic.
Step 2, that's where I would recommend that the student connect with the financial aid office and make a call. Chances are there's something that's incomplete with their file that is probably a simple fix. If they're not accepted, maybe sending transcripts. If it's a FAFSA file, maybe they didn't include the school code, or maybe it's just completely falling through on verification.
Oh, sure.
So if we just have a couple things, and then before easily fixes to get that financial aid offer in front of them.
Awesome. So when a student has checked all of their boxes, they've accepted their aid, they've gotten their student loan applications in, if they need them, when is that money, when is that kind of slated to hit the student's account and be dispersed to the school?
So that's the favorite answer. It depends.
It depends.
Because it depends on the school that the student is attending. Each school has a right to decide when disbursement is, and that should be information that's readily available for the student. So maybe it's within their financial aid offer, maybe it's on the website. It has to be something that we disclose to them. Here at UMary, it will be in their financial aid portal. We'll put it in there, tell them exactly when we're going to post funds for them. And then here at Mary, if the student looks at it, we set ours right after census.
Okay.
So you're stuck in your classes, let's give you some money.
Perfect. So let's say that, a student has, gotten their offer of financial aid, they have all their ducks in a row, but they find that they have a gap, or they don't quite have enough to cover their entire bill. Or maybe their family situation has changed since they filed their FAFSA, like last October, November, December. What can a student do in that case?
So the first thing I'd recommend is to review the financial aid offer. Make sure you've considered everything that's been offered to you by the school. Have you accepted the grants, the loans, the employment offer? The next thing is to see about campus employment, because institutions like us at Mary, we offer positions that are not federal work studies, so the student would still have that opportunity to help. Do you have any summer earnings? So we can apply that dollar earned instead of a dollar borrowed. And after you've exhausted all options, and of course talk to your financial aid office, that would be where we would say maybe you want to look at a private education. loan. And in that case, still talk to your financial aid office because you don't want to borrow more than you need.
Yep. So one thing that we try to do is, of course, we do have student loans at the Bank of North Dakota, but we don't want borrowers to borrow too much as well, or else you might end up in a sticky situation and borrow more than you're able to pay back over the life of that loan. So how about that family situation thing in case, things have changed?
Life happens, and so that's one of those things that each office in financial aid does have the right to exercise professional judgment and look at a student's FAFSA application and make qualifying changes. So it does depend on the school, their policy, and those things. So it sounds like a broken record now, but it's make that call and get the answers to see if that change is really something that you can get a positive benefit from.
So reaching out is really important if a student is in that situation.
We might be aggressively friendly in financial aid, maybe, but we do want to help and serve the student.
Absolutely. So what other advice, or any last advice, I suppose, for a student who is maybe heading to college for the first time this fall, or even a student who's coming back for their second, third, fourth plus year?
So if you're coming to school in the fall, one of the number one things students forget is they accept all their federal loans for us here at Mary, but they forget to do that master promissory note or loan agreement or the entrance counseling. And then for those returning students, they just simply forget to file a FAFSA.
Oh.
So it's something you have to do annually. And then once you've taken care of the financial portion, buy some books, get your residence hall supplies, and have a great year.
Meet your roommate, have fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, Carrie, thank you so much for lending your expertise to us once again. And thank you to the University of Mary for having us on campus. I know we get out here a couple times a year and we always really appreciate it. So, all right, everyone, thanks so much for joining us today, and we will see you again with another video on another topic in regards to planning and paying for college. If you have a suggestion about something that you'd like to hear, just leave us a comment and we will try to cover that in an upcoming video. Thanks, bye!